Your Honor, permission to approach the bench. If you would kindly turn your attention to Exhibit B, Your Honor, you would see that this is episode 19 of one such actual play D&D podcast known colloquially as Beholding Out for a Hero. Yes, as noted by the prosecution, the very one where the side track is the main track. Permission to play the audio for the court? Granted? Thank you, Your Honor. Playback starting.
One, two, three, clap.
Oh, I have to get a bingo sheet open.
So I realized just because I said it right didn't mean I was about to do it in the right order, because I was definitely about to go 1, 2, 3, record.
Okay, I have a bingo card open.
Does this already start as the cast references the bingo card?
Yeah, that definitely counts. I've elected not to play while having a bingo card open. It's too distracting. I'm too focused on hitting all my points.
Mickey has no points, so I am playing.
I almost won when I was listening to Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh my god, I should play while I'm editing. That'd be great.
Oh,
You'll get things that won't even make it to the episode, like train noises.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of
Bowling Out for a Hero.
Of Bowling Out for a Hero. I am Nico.
Bowling for
The
soup.
iteration of Bowling for Soup.
I am Nico, the DM for this campaign, and the session question today is: how did you almost die as a child? For me, it has to be. This was when I was in kindergarten, I think, and I knew I had asthma, but I didn't tell anyone that I had asthma. So we're out doing our PE things, and I'm like, I run like an eighth of a mile, and I stop being able to breathe, and I'm like, this just happens sometimes, and my teacher is like freaking out, and like, what do we do? And I'm like, yeah, there's this box thing that I breathe into, and then it's fine. Like my teacher's still flipping out because I'm like wheezing like a whistle, but yeah, it was fine. I obviously didn't die.
That's a great story.
Wow.
Wouldn't your parents have told the school? Is this too far in the early 90s?
No, I think the school knew, but my teacher wasn't told specifically because there was the asthma machine that my mom had dropped off at the front office, and it just lived there. But yeah.
Normally, if the school knows, they tell the teacher.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe my teacher was just freaking out because she didn't expect it to actually happen, and it was more of a panic.
Can I ask an unrelated question? Are they bowling to get soup or on behalf of soup?
Both.
I would say they're trying to get soup.
Hey everyone, I'm John, and I play Patches on Holding Up for a Hero. My near-death experience is not nearly as linked to any underlying causes. I just almost got run over by a car one time. My parents, we were at the science center, my local science center, after doing some exciting science activities involving astronomy, and I was running through the car park, as you're not supposed to do as a child. My parents were like, stop running. So I stopped, and I looked at them, and then they went, keep running. And then I got bumped over by a car, and the person in the car immediately stopped, and they were like, is everything okay? And my parents were like, our son just ran behind, we're all cool, and it all got sorted, and everyone was cool about it.
Nice.
And I
Wow.
never ran in a car park again.
yeah. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Raina and I should be split up.
Sure, Raina, you go.
Okay. Hi, I'm Raina. I play Jem. And the way I almost died as a child, I spent a lot of time in the water. And we went to the beach in my 6th grade year for a 6th grade graduation beach party or whatever. And, I was always a decent swimmer, but I ended up being wiped out by a wave and then basically got bombarded time and time and time again. And so I was gulping in seawater and straight up almost drowned in the ocean. And sometimes I wonder, what did I stop from not dying in the ocean? It's like, ooh, maybe that was my destiny and that was meant to happen. But here we are. And, it's fine. Everything was cool after that. No one noticed. And I don't think anyone cared.
Oh,
But it's cool.
I care.
Thank you. I mean, I kind of just I got out of the water. I hacked up a lung, threw up a little bit of seawater.
What year was this?
It must have been, God, what year? 2008?
I don't know that I had the ability to care at the time.
I think. Yeah, I think 08, maybe. But anyway, yeah, there we go. Okay, next is Ashley, question mark?
Elaine, did you say you and Raina needed to be split up because yours is also a water-based story?
Yes.
So's mine.
Oh.
Elaine was waterboarded as a child.
So I almost intentionally drowned myself as a kid.
Intentionally?
Yeah, I was real dumb. Okay, hi, my name's Ashley and I play Mickey with a double E. And so when I was a kid, my family used to go to the local middle school or high school's indoor swimming pool because it was open after school hours for public use. You just paid a flat fee and whatever. And the nice part about going to a pool in the Midwest is it was indoors and heated, unlike maybe California pools, which are outdoors and maybe heated. But at one point, I think I was 4 or 5, and we had gotten out of the pool. My mom was taking a shower, and I, midway through, I guess my shower, was like, you know what? I can fucking swim. I definitely know how to swim. Spoiler alert, I did not know how to swim yet. So I went back to the pool and hurled myself in and immediately started drowning, and a kind stranger had to rescue me.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it's classic,
I tried to murder myself, and now I don't like bodies of water.
Well, I guess on to the drowning I almost died as a child. Hi, my name's Elaine. I play Kitty with an IE. My first memory of me being a living human being is also kind of muddy, so part of this is also me remembering what was told to me, rather than just the event itself, but I went to either a friend's house or a babysitter's house. I don't remember how I knew the people who lived here, because I didn't have a pool, but they had a pool. And apparently, I went to their backyard, stepped into the pool. I didn't jump in. I stepped as if I was still walking, and then I dropped into the pool. And what they told me was I held my nose with one hand, and I had my other hand up, and I did that wiggle, that body wiggle, and I kept going down. It was my first time in a pool, so obviously I didn't know how to float or swim or anything. So it was either my friend's mom or the babysitter pulled me out, and then was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like,
I also launched myself into the pool as a 3-year-old, and my grandfather had to come in after me.
Am I the only one who didn't almost drown as a kid in a pool?
I didn't almost drown as a kid in a pool.
Oh. Well, moving on. Ashley, would you be so kind as to do our session summary?
Sure, technically it's Raina's
Yeah,
week,
it's not
but-
Ashley.
Oh, I missed
Too
that.
late!
It's Ashley now.
Oh, now I'm sweating. Oh, I hate these. Okay, what happened last session? Well, technically what happened yesterday for us is the fight continued. Patches did really well in his first round, and Jem was a little
You can say it.
lackluster in her first round. So the odds on Patches were much better. And, for kicks and giggles, I mean, don't tell him, but I didn't bet on him. He'll find out eventually. It's fine. It's fine. They both lost. It was rather tragic. Patch's bodysuit held up remarkably well against multiple fireballs. I'm rather impressed with the construction of it and feel like we should get a hold of whoever tailored it. Just, to create a fire-resistant normal brand of clothing.
That is Memphis quality.
Made in Sire.
Jem faced a drow, and some things came out that I don't think Geminara meant for them to come out. But we're putting a pin in that conversation because honestly, trying to get any secrets out of Jem is like sticking your hands in a mimic and expecting it not to bite them off. So we went to Raskin Bobbins. More lizard folk appeared. As in, it is staffed by a lizard folk, and then another one appeared. And because we didn't have the winnings from the competition, we're thinking maybe we can get him to enchant sails, and then that will be our payment for the ship. But I thought they already had a supplier of enchanted sails, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. And then Patches put his tiny fuzzy pink paw in it and gave Kitty an existential identity crisis. So now Kitty knows she's not human, and we're going to figure out what the fallout from that is later. That's what happened.
Thank you for your session summary. It is current.
Oh, and Izzy was there,
Oh.
but no one gives a fuck.
Oh no! Anyway.
Everyone's favorite NPC, and by everyone I mean no one.
I love her. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just Miki. Miki hates her.
It is currently nighttime. As you guys all try to find rest in the Wet Eagle, you all are resting. However, Patches, you don't sleep as much as the rest of the party does. Save Jem. I don't know what Jem's doing at this point. But you take
If
your...
it's past her 4 hours, she's journaling about rocks.
Yeah, you, Patches, have your usual 4 hours of quiet reflection during the time that everybody sleeps. And after, you go about your room, cleaning up a little bit, checking in on Lieutenant Sparkles in the makeshift stable that Adrazen has set up. Eventually, you do pass by the lobby, and something about the fireplace draws you in. The warmth seems familiar, like how Mom always had that fire burning in the house since she was always cold. Watching the logs crack and the flames dance along it, your thoughts drift to your friends sleeping upstairs. You toss another log into the fire and watch it char as the flame grows. Sitting here in this quiet moment, you can't explain it, but it fills you with a feeling that everything is going to work out.
Determination. It's a save point.
Also that night, Miki, you have a dream. Could you please roll me a D100?
The hundo.
Why do you think I have that readily available? I don't.
Get your
I
dice
don't know
as
the
part of our
combinations.
regular check-in of open Audacity, open Roll20, open
Dice.
your
No,
notes.
no. I have dice available. It's just, why do you think I have that combination available?
It's in a standard set.
I know, I had to dig them out of the bag. That is a 61.
Seeing that you have a 61, if you would like to roll your bardic inspiration die to add to it, I will allow you.
Get an 8. Get an 8.
What?
Why does she need the bardic inspiration?
Just if you want.
Dale?
If you want to use one, you don't have to.
Can I roll insight on the DM?
No.
That's a 7, so that's a 68 total.
Damn it.
Man.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you guys are going for.
So close, yet so far. Miki, you dream of the makeshift stadium of the crater. 2 people sit beside you. Everyone around you are clearly people, but blurred to a point where you can barely distinguish their height.
If one of them is Izzy, I'm throwing myself into the pit.
It could be. You can't really tell. Everyone's very blurry. In the pit, there are 2 blurry figures besides a clearly recognizable Patches. Patches points at the Emperor's box, speaking. You don't hear any of it. It's as if it's underwater, distorted. The sound of the stadium and the people around you are also equally distorted and at a very low volume. On the opposite side of the stands from you, near the food stall, emerges a large moose in a late stage of decay. Its once brown fur is covered with green and white funguses. Plants crawl across its neck and its antlers. It walks towards the center of the pit in your direction. You hear the clack of hooves on broken concrete and the buzzing of flies louder than any of the murmurs from the crowd. Please roll a perception check for me.
Okay. That is a 19.
Nice. You see a wood elf woman with tan skin and curly red hair emerge from the Emperor's box. She leans on the front rails as she speaks to Patches. While she does this, the moose pauses, chunks of its body falling off and splatting on the concrete to fill the eerie silence. You can see her image flickers for a moment to something horrid before returning to the wood elf you saw before. Patches reaches up. In his hands, he offers something small and glowing. Without reaching forward, the woman takes it. You see that the moose turns around and leaves. Then you wake up. It is morning. As you all collect yourselves from your various nighttime activities, you notice that Kitty is not in the room.
Oh no.
Wait, did she leave in the night?
She left early morning.
So, like, I do think
You saw her
Jem,
just
like,
walk out.
Yeah, it's like Jim's not gonna question her. She's maybe just like oh, okay, see ya.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey is going to wake up feeling super disoriented. Look around. Realize Kitty's not in the room. And then go, where's Kitty?
I don't know. She went on a walk or something. And Jim's gonna go back to journaling.
You didn't go with her?
I don't listen. Like, I know I'm her babysitter, but like sometimes she's just got to be alone. You know, like I don't want to watch her take down a full-sized man. It's like I watched it once. It was the worst thing I've ever seen. So if I don't have to do that again, I gladly won't.
That actually sounds really impressive.
It was. Have you ever watched someone throw a slab of meat into a pond of water with like carnivorous fish? It was kind of like that, but just with one.
Oh, that's what you mean by takedown.
Yeah. What did you think I meant?
Like wrestle?
No. No. But yeah, I don't know. She's probably off hunting. It's fine.
Patches knocks on the door.
Yeah. What's up?
Have you guys seen Kitty around?
I'm pretty sure she's just on a walk.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking we should go back to Raskin Bobbins. I have a hankering for moose tracks for some reason.
Oh. Funny you should mention that. Patches, if you were going to theoretically give a red-headed wood elf something small and shiny, what would it be?
Miki, you know I don't have genitals, right?
If you were going to give a red-headed wood elf something small and shiny. No, I don't get it.
Are they not shiny? That's what I see in all the drawings.
Oh,
It would
yeah.
probably be like a coin, or I could cast light on something. I don't know. I don't think I know any redheaded wood elves.
God of Dreams, was the shine gold or like a different color?
The shine was like as if it was a light source. Like a natural white light.
What if it was a white shiny thing?
I'm not sure the race would change anything.
I take Patches and I throw him out a fucking window.
I don't. I'm screaming from the ground floor. I don't know.
Jen's gonna stick her head out the window and go, "Do you think maybe it was a marble?"
That's probably what it was. It was a marble.
Yeah. See, there you go. A marble.
I want to try and scramble back up the wall.
Miki takes a cloak and throws it over him because he's probably pink and naked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you roll a acrobatics check for me, Patches?
Yeah, sure. Not athletics?
No.
For climbing? Oh god, what's my acrobatics? I'm sure it's not good. That's a 15.
Yeah, that'll be enough to scramble up this wall. You're pretty familiar with this inn.
I don't weigh much.
And the walls.
You know, on occasion, you need to scramble up walls.
I don't own any glowy things. I had to give them all away when I tried to get through customs. They said it was a bomb threat or something.
Goddamn customs takes everything from you.
I mean, they also said that about a candle once.
I'm starting to think they don't know what a bomb looks like.
When have they ever?
I mean, I guess in D&D a bomb could really be anything, right?
Could be a mimic. I think
That's a
that's
great point.
the biggest threat here.
All right, Miki drops a kiss on Patches' head and goes, "Well, you tried. Thank you." And like walks out the door to go downstairs to find breakfast.
I'll let you know if I'm going to give anything glowy to any wood elves.
Jen's gonna chase after Miki and go, "Hey, wait, but was the wood elf cute though?"
I could see her clearly, right?
You could.
Are they hot?
She was...
Levy time.
She was a straight 10 to me.
No, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Yes? I thought you didn't go for wood elves. And I point towards a Drazen.
Let me amend that. I don't go for wimpy wood elves. But you know.
He's right there.
He knows what he is. It's fine. Jason, can I have some breakfast?
You're allowed to say no, Drazen.
I suppose you can.
It is also for the best that Jen is not attracted to you.
What's that supposed to be?
That's fair. You're not wrong.
I do have a nasty track record, to be fair.
I'm attracted to you platonically.
To me or to Drazen?
A Drazen. You too, but to a Drazen.
I appreciate that, Patches.
Yeah, I think you're a great guy. You know, a Drazen, I leaned on the bar, but I'm not quite as tall as the bar, so I'm kind of peeking, I'm on my tiptoes. You know, a Drazen, we razz you a lot, but I gotta say, I really appreciate all that you've done for us, and I'm proud to call myself a patron of the Wet Eagle.
You should have seen him yesterday. No, 4 days ago. He was really trying to sell the Wet Eagle. Not like literally, like sell the appeal of it.
Convince people to come here. I wasn't claiming that I owned the deed and was trying to pass it off as my own.
I appreciate that, Patches. Speaking of you guys razzing people, I might have a new part-time employee here, and I would appreciate it if you were nice to her.
I thought he was gonna offer us a reward to razz a competitor.
Same. I thought it was gonna be like, okay, I'm sending you after someone.
A Drazen, I will do my absolute best.
That's the low-level bounty work we do. We go and we harass people.
Honestly, that's a job you guys would be really good at.
Let's do it.
A Drazen, I will do my absolute best not to razz this person. I cannot promise anything.
Drazen, you know me. I'm an angel. I would never do that to anybody.
Can I throw a gem out a window?
Please do.
No, wait.
We have to go find... Hey, Drazen, have you seen Kitty with an IE anywhere? Did she come back while we
Yeah,
were...
she left early this morning. Didn't say where she was going, and I didn't want to ask.
Probably
Why
for the
not?
best.
In case it was to go do crime?
Crime related, yeah.
I mean, the less I know, the better, right?
Depends, are you gonna squeal?
You know, I would like not to, because, quite frankly, you guys frighten me a lot more than the Sharn Watch does, but, you know, I can't guarantee that.
See, Drazen, this is why I like you.
Drazen, you think I'm scary?
As a collective. Maybe not you in particular, but...
Oh.
Who would you say is the scariest?
Jem's just gonna smile at Drazen.
There is a right choice.
Yeah. And Miki crosses her arms and looks really angry.
He looks at all of you guys nervously and says, you know, I think it's in my best interest to not say.
Oh, come on, Drazen. You can tell us we're your friends.
Don't be a
conditionally.
baby. If you tell me, I promise not to razz you, new employee.
Okay, fine. It's probably Kitty with an IE. She would eat me in my sleep.
You know, that's fair.
See,
That's very fair.
Jem, if you're going to kill me, you're at
Figuratively.
least going to, you know, tell me before you do it.
If you had said anyone other than that, if you had said Jem or Miki, I would have been like, I'm right here, I'm the scary one, but no, you're right, it's Kitty.
Yeah. No, that's very...
Speaking of, we should probably find her before she does a big crime.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Can I scramble out the door?
Yeah.
And then,
fuck.
like...
I follow.
Can I scramble an egg? Just real quick before we go.
It's going to be hard to do it that fast, but I mean, you're welcome to.
And I'd like to scale the building if I can to get to the roof.
Sure, yeah, roll an acrobatics check.
You know, all of a sudden I'm very nervous to touch these dice.
Do tell Reina why.
Because I was betrayed. That's a natural. They could sense
Yeah.
fear.
You go outside quickly and run head on into somebody before you can even begin to scramble to the roof. And you hear an ow! Oh hey, I was actually just looking for you guys.
Huh?
Oh, God.
Is
Damn
it-
it.
It's Izzy.
Fucking...
She's
you don't even
pulling
have
herself.
a voice for her, and I know who it is.
Hear me out. Hear me out. When we crash into each other, is it like a shoujo moment where like Izzy ends up like dipping me and then there's like flowers everywhere?
No, with a nat 1, it's not at all graceful.
Do one of them end up in the other one's boobs?
Yeah.
Who has a piece of toast in their
gratuitous.
mouth?
You guys, it's totally not graceful or, you know, in any way picturesque. You guys slam each other super fucking hard. Forehead into your shoulder. Your shoulder hurts, her face hurts, and has a red mark on it. It's a mess. You guys are both covered in dirt now.
But is it romantic?
Miki, who is following from behind, is like halfway out the door, sees this, and just turns around and goes back inside.
What are you doing in these neck of the woods? And also, sorry.
Well, you know, I was just gonna see if you guys wanted to go to the last day of the show.
Well, yeah, I think we were talking about doing that, but Kitty's missing, so we're trying to find her first.
Well, it is in the evening, so you have time.
Yeah. So, speaking of, this is what I was gonna do. I guess I can do it just fine from the ground, but I'm just gonna, like, cup my hands around my mouth and shout at, like, the very top of my lungs. Just, like, full-on bellow, Kitty!
Yeah. Can you roll a charisma check for me?
Sure. What could possibly go wrong? No. We are champions, okay? We're not quitters. No fear. What would Max do?
Cero miedo.
Yeah. Okay. That's a 16.
Yeah. Kitty, because you are not very far from the Wet Eagle, I presume, you do hear Jem screaming for your name in the streets somewhere.
We probably should have decided before. Jem would know where Kitty's smoking jerking spot is, or jerky making spot is, and I don't know if that's near here or not.
Everyone crossed off a lane accidentally makes an innuendo, please.
I don't know what area that would be to like not figure out.
It'd probably be at the edge of town.
It's literally Nix's apartment.
It'd probably be at the edge of town, but I think where your current district isn't too far to find like a quiet spot by the edge of town.
No, because Kitty has like a setup, right? Because you have to like have a thing to make jerky, like smoke it. So like she can't just do that anywhere. She's got to go to her spot.
Yeah. You have corralled and trapped probably one shady looking alley so you can smoke your jerky there.
Can I retroactively say that like Kitty and I have a code word for when she's cooking?
I think Kitty would just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go smoke some meat."
That's true. Yeah. Then, shortly after, if I'm gonna let like 10 seconds pass, and if I don't hear anything, I'm just gonna yell again at the same volume, Marco!
Patches runs out. He has a big like bowl and a whisk, and he's beating an egg.
Does he have his armor on?
And he has his Mentheads jumpsuit on because it was faster to get on, and the cloak. And he says, "Are we yelling? I'm good at that."
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy to make my voice boom up to three times as loud as normal. And release a gigundous...
Gigundous.
Kitty!
I appreciate that.
I do Kitty with an IE.
I appreciate John
Kitty
taking
with an IE.
the time to make sure you're not gonna peek your mic. I heard it in the pause.
I still did a little.
But yeah, you do, Kitty, you hear from your secret jerky smoking alley Patches scream for you, presumably from very far away.
I can't yell that loud.
Nope.
Squeaky, squeaky, squeak.
Can I use my magical tinkering to shoot up like a little firework?
Sure. Yeah, we can do like a little flare situation. Y'all see a little red dot float up. Actually, roll a perception check, you two.
Okay.
Mickey is crouched in the window. Like you see
Nat
her
20.
horns and her
Nice.
hair and her eyes as she's crouched in the window waiting for Izzy to leave.
Izzy is standing there not leaving.
And I got a 19.
Oh, both of you. Okay, cool. Patches, you can easily spot the little red flare as it pops up just beyond some buildings. It's kind of hard to see, but since you guys are both looking out for it, you point it out to Jem quickly as Jem, you also see the flare.
All
Right
right.
there.
All right. Do you want me to just go after her? It might be, maybe she's feeling a bit weird about like apparently not being a human being. Would you mind if I?
Yeah.
How's she taking that?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I've never really seen her upset before. So, yeah, would you guys mind if I took this one solo? I'll go check on her.
Absolutely. You take Izzy.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Sure. Yeah, oh yeah, you're her favorite person. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take Izzy.
I'm Kitty's favorite person? That's news to me.
Yeah, you guys are kind of two peas in a pod, let's say.
I see.
2 jerkies in a pack.
Yeah. two ham hocks and a smoker, you could say.
Mhm,
You know?
mhm.
Beef strips on a tanning rack.
Yeah. Patches gets it.
2 bodies in a grave.
2 cannibals in a rib
That
cage.
too! You know, I love the energy. It's great. I'm gonna just, like, take some toast on the go. Or, like, a bagel or something.
Wait. Check this out. I want... Can I... I have a really stupid idea. Can I utilize everyone's favorite spell? I want to use Burning Smite on my whisk to make
To
my
scramble
eggs,
the eggs.
to cook the eggs.
Sure. Can you roll an Arcana check for me?
Is that a thing I could even do? What level is it? Is
I'll
there
allow
a
it.
Fiery Smite? I'm just gonna use... Oh, Searing Smite. There it is. Okay, Arcana.
Yes.
Oh no.
What is it? What is it, John?
It's a... Oh, it's a 12.
Okay. Yeah. Your eggs are cooked. It's
Can I like do it in such a way where I just use a little bit of magic, so maybe I don't use a spell slot?
no.
This is the price you have to pay.
Worth it for the bit.
It's it's not the best scrambled eggs you've ever made, but you're impressed that you didn't burn these scrambled eggs really, really badly. They're still perfectly edible. They're just regular scrambled eggs.
Take this bowl.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm not even gonna use utensils. I'm just gonna use my hands. Oh, do you have any salt and pepper, by the way? Like, these are a little bland.
A Drazen.
Drazen, do you have basic seasoning?
Yes, I have basic seasonings, and I also have spices if you want. You're not allowed here. And Izzy's like, oh, I was never here. And backs out of the store.
Just some salt and pepper, please. Just like... And I'll just hold the bowl out.
He put some salt and pepper in your eggs.
Okay, I'm just gonna stir them with my hand and then hand the whisk back to Patches and like holding the bowl under my arm. I'm just gonna like eat it like you would eat a tub of popcorn. Just go, all right, I'll be back in a few minutes.
I'll put this in the kitchen.
How many eggs is it?
16 eggs.
It's 2 eggs. I didn't want to waste them in case it went horribly wrong.
So you and Izzy head over to where the flare had gone up, whereabouts. Jem, you having seen the direction that the flare was in, you probably know that Kitty is at her jerky smoking station. Still.
I'm just gonna walk. I'll chat with Izzy. Just be like, yeah, sorry, my fight was super pathetic. So tragic. But, if I had known that guns were allowed, I would have asked Kitty to lend me mine. But,
Well, I mean, no offense, but like you didn't seem much like a fist fighter anyway, so.
Yeah, it's the whole being an elf thing. It's really just, I have noodle arms. And I think I need to eat like a protein only diet, and really bulk up. I think that's kind of what I'm learning here.
Oh, is that where you're eating the eggs?
Yeah, I wish he had made more.
I see. I mean, if you want more quality protein, I do run a butchery, so you can have...
This is very true. And I'm
your
still
pick.
not totally sure about the implications of me using your services because I'm technically not human.
Mm-hmm.
So it's technically not cannibalism.
Oh, I mean, like, I have plenty of non-humans if that's what you're looking for.
No.
Do you want it to be technically cannibalism? I can make that happen.
I mean, no, because I would just love to be strictly a carnivore. I think that would be really cool. Back in the Lazar Principalities, there is this certain, like, hierarchy, and so there's, like, a food chain, and elves are at the top. You would never believe it.
Is it a literal food chain?
Yeah.
Oh, Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna spin her a tale of, the made-up food chain in the Lazar Principalities and start spreading misinformation.
Yeah. She doesn't question it.
Gaslight, girl boss, gatekeep.
By the time you reach Kitty, she's like, so if you ate the elf general, would that make you the most
The alpha?
powerful?
Yes. Yes, I would
Oh,
become
I
the alpha.
see. You know, that actually keeps things very simple. Easy to follow.
Yeah, you know, it was a simpler time. Everything was so much. Oh, hi, Kitty.
Kitty's sitting at her smoking station, just like staring at the meat that's on it. And I don't know if it would be like in a bag or some wrapping, but you see Izzy's logo on some of the whatever was wrapping the meat.
It's probably just wrapped in like plain brown paper.
Like something to be like, I didn't hunt somebody, I bought it from Izzy.
Oh, it's ethically sourced. Then I'm gonna just scoot up and like crouch next to Kitty and go, you cooking there?
Yeah.
How you doing, kid?
Okay.
Yeah, insight check. For real, for real? That's gonna be a 22.
She's sad.
Yeah, that makes sense. Feels like a waste of a good roll, you know?
Yeah, you gotta get them all out now so that when it's important, you can fail.
Yes, as I am wont to do. You know, is there anything, like, would you like a screaming cat in the background?
I
I think
can
you're
hear
one.
Oh, we've been hearing him for a while.
I'm so sorry. I warned you guys. It is springtime. He is back on his
It's
crack.
scream o'clock.
It's scream o'clock. And I told you even earlier, I was like, he's snoozing, which means he's going to be screaming while we record. But, you know, is there anything I can do for you? Anything I can, you know, do you need a soul-searching journey to, like, wherever gnomes live?
No, I just miss home right now.
Yeah. I'll sit down, like crisscross applesauce next to her.
Kitty like kind of turns to Jem, but is still like looking at the meat.
I'll open up my arms and go, you know, you always said you choose who your family is. Doesn't that mean you can also choose to have a second home, too?
Kitty's like kind of quiet for a bit. Then she says, did I ever tell you the first thing Aunt Carly taught me when she picked me up was how to make jerky? Before, like, she taught me how to speak or read or write or anything.
That's because Carly is just the coolest.
She told me no matter what happened, whether I could stay or not, she wanted to make sure I was fed. So she taught me how to make meat. I didn't understand what she was saying at the time, but she told me again after she taught me how to, you know.
Yeah, how to
say
speak her
words.
language.
Yeah. I'm not going home for a while, am I?
I mean, we don't know. You know, you've been sent on this wild goose chase, and I mean, it's a long journey, kid. It's, you know, months and months and months. And I don't want to just send you out into the wastes alone. But more than that, you know, my life would be real empty without you here. Like, you were my first real friend in Sharn. And, you know, it's selfish of me, but I don't want to let you go either.
You can always come back with me.
I don't think, I don't know if I belong with Carly's group, but maybe if things really start going south here, I'll think about it. But it's not about me. It's about you, and I don't know. I don't know how to make you feel better, and I can't even imagine. But we can keep sending messages to Carly if you want. And I know it's not the same thing, but it's, at least that's immediate. And maybe we can, get, I don't know, a courier or something. Someone who's like an adventurer, someone who has to go to the demon wastes for anything. And, maybe they can send some mail. We can tell Carly, start writing your letters now and have them bring back a whole bag of letters for you.
I don't know if it would make it, to be fair. Maybe I should learn how to cast sending myself.
You could. Then we wouldn't have to spend a bajillion gold every single time. Since, they're cheapskates in the city.
Mm-hmm. Kitty's gonna turn more fully to Jem. If I'm not human, does that mean I'm also not 18?
I don't know. I mean, I always thought you looked 18 to me, but I don't... For a long time, I didn't know anything about anybody else. So, I'm not really the person to ask. I thought you were human this whole time. I mean, look at me. I'm just as shocked as you are.
Yeah.
But I guess, what difference does it make if you're 18 or 300 or anything? I mean, if you're older than me, then that will change the dynamics a little bit. So as long as you're 169 and under, I think we're fine. You'll always just be Kitty.
It just makes me curious now because, I mean, that Carly picked me up 8 years ago, right? So I always thought I spent 10 years alone. But if I'm not 18, I don't know.
I mean, were you this size beforehand, too?
Before
you
Carly picked me up?
Mm-hmm.
Just about. Yeah, I didn't grow too much.
And when was the last time you thought you were smaller?
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess the passage of time isn't really... How many... No, that doesn't work either.
Things kind of blur together.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's just say... And I'm just going to pick this number out from thin air. Let's just say you're 69 years old. It's an easy number. Really, has a nice ring to it.
69.
Yeah.
Maybe, because I still think, and maybe it's just like my brain is not adjusting to me not being human, because humans that are 69 are very old, right?
Yeah, but they're also huge nerds, and you're not a huge nerd.
What's a nerd?
So you know Drayson?
Uh-huh.
He's a nerd.
Oh, okay.
And, let me see, who else do we know? Izzy, right? And I point to her behind me. Izzy's not a nerd, because she's cool.
I was gonna punch you if you called me a nerd. Izzy this whole time has kind of been awkwardly idling by like the entrance of this alley.
Oh, Izzy, thanks for the meat.
Oh yeah.
And I like wave at the smoker.
Yeah, no problem. I figured I should, give you something to say sorry for this whole ordeal.
The existential crisis, yeah. Do you have any guess as to how old she might be? Does 69 sound right to you?
Sure.
Yeah, there we go. So we're all agreed.
Okay.
And it's going to be a weird, long journey. But we have each other. And you have Patches and Miki and Izzy, who, I'm sure is going to be joining our group here in just a few minutes. Because Miki, I mean, I don't know, Miki can't even, be in the same room as Izzy. I think Miki's crushing. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, you think so?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really getting that vibe.
And with that, let's go ahead and take a break here. We'll be back after this intermission.
In a world created by a dream, there lives a place of forgotten evil. Long fallen into obscurity and legend, a fortress swallowed by the earth beckons 4 heroes with the promise of a mythic apple, said to possess the power of healing any ailment. A tabaxi searches for faith, guided by the playful paw of their goddess on their first adventure. A bard searching for hope, haunted by the fallen ruler of an ancient evil that stole them from their muse. A turtle searching for truth, fighting against injustice but plagued by doubt. And a goblin searching for self, escaping his grief by shaking hands with a malicious archfey. A story of overcoming fear in the face of adversities. Join the Storyteller's Tavern as they descend into the sunless citadel and summon light that vanquishes the darkness within the fortress's tortured halls.
Welcome back from intermission. None of our gigs will make sense because we'll be cutting all of that out. We're going to pick up with Patches and Miki back at the Wet Eagle.
So, what's up with the wood elf? You were talking about the wood elf and me giving something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where?
Well, it probably wouldn't happen in real life, I think. But she was a very pretty wood elf. Just absolutely gorgeous. Like something out of a dream, you know?
Well, it was.
You're not wrong, no. And Miki's gonna like grab his hand and be like, and it looks like Jem and Izzy are gone. So now we're off. And I pull him out the door.
Where are we going?
Well, we are going to ask a god some questions, or whatever representative on this plane that he sees fit, and then we are going to give another god a gift. Just cuz.
All right, let's do it.
All right, D&D god, where do I find Valinor's temple?
Yeah, I would say since you spend a lot of time in Dragon Eyes or in the Firelight District, player's choice, you can find a temple that has both of the gods you're looking for that is in one of those districts.
I think we're going to find, what were my options? Dragon Eyes
And
and
Firelight,
Firelight?
yeah.
We'll try Firelight today, because we haven't really gone there recently.
Sure, yeah. You are also familiar with the Firelight District, and you know exactly what temple you're going to, as you easily navigate to this temple. It is how you remember it, not too populated, with the main 5 of the sovereign prominently displayed in their own statue and small area of worship in front of it. You know that in the back gardens there is a smaller, like purposefully horticultured, what's the word?
Landscape?
Yes, landscaped. Thank you. Landscaped it to look nice, and there the
Damn, this
The
shit is
two-
horticultured as hell.
the 2 deities, unlabeled kind of pedestals, are facing each other in this backyard area. On one pedestal there is a small statue of a tree, and it is bare, and there are like in the statue there's a bunch of fallen leaves at its root. At the other statue, at the other pedestal, there is a statue of a coyote wearing a mask, and it carries a large bag. You would know that this statue is for the traveler, and the other statue of the tree is for Balinor.
First, I drag Patches to some shops because I need to pick up some offerings. So I definitely pick up a few candles, and
You could just do
If
cash. Gods love cash.
Credit's better.
if I see like a really nice arrow, like a really nice handcrafted arrow, I want to pick that up, and then a sprig of white lilies.
Yeah. You can probably get all those for 5 gold if you're looking for like really nice things. If you just want that one arrow to be really nice and everything else is just like whatever's cheap and convenient, you can go ahead and mark off 1 gold and 7 silver.
All right, I'll get nice things of all of them. And then I drag Patches to the Firelight District and the temple. And as we're walking, I'm pointing out like places I've told fortunes at, places I'm not allowed to tell fortunes at anymore, friends I've made, people who don't want me there and don't talk to me anymore. And just like all my years of coming in and out of Shard and the Firelight District, I'm kind of catching him up.
Yeah, when you get to the temple itself has a couple of people in it, but the back area with the 2 unlabeled pedestals is empty.
So I take 1 votive and I light it and I put it like on the pedestal in front of Balinor's shrine. And I also put the really nice arrow there. And I guess like Miki wouldn't feel self-conscious if Patches was there versus like anyone else. So she's kneeling in front of it and just like closing her eyes and putting her hands together and really trying to think about the dream and what she remembers. And she'll sit there for, like 5 minutes, keeping this dream in her head and seeing if there's like a wind that passes by or a scent that comes on like through the air or something. And if there isn't, then she'll turn to the traveler's pedestal and put the lilies and also light a candle there.
How long are you spending at Balinor's trying to get an answer?
About 5 minutes.
Can you roll a D100 for me again?
That is a 71.
71. Okay. You keep your dream in mind and wait and think about it. But there is no obvious immediate reaction to you. As you move over to the traveler's pedestal, are you thinking about the same thing?
No, at this point, I give one of the lilies to Patches and nudge him. And I go, I know you're not the most religious, but if you want to put a flower down for our friends. And in my mind, everyone at the circus, like, oh boy. It reverentially revered the traveler. So he was the patron god of the circus, but he wasn't taken seriously either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In a very glib kind of way.
That sounds about right.
So for the traveler, she's not thinking about the dream at all. She's thinking about her past and her friends and putting down the flowers before gesturing to Patches that they can leave.
Patches, he also puts down a flower, and he also puts down like a small little stuffed bunny that he made for
in front of the traveler's altar?
Yeah, for
Okay.
well, I guess actually it would make more sense. He does that one for the god of death,
Mm-hmm.
and just says, sort of a quiet prayer that amounts to look after her for me.
As you guys stand up to leave, you do notice that a breeze blows by and both of your candles go out.
Is that good?
Ugh.
Is that good?
I don't know. You never know with these things. They never just appear and tell you, good job.
Says the psychic.
They just do these things.
Is there a priest we could ask? Do they have a service desk here?
Not for these gods, no. Maybe there was? And she will cast her Tales from Beyond to see whether or not there's like a dead priest for either of these gods that's just hanging around in the afterlife, serving the god of the dead as the dead. Who knows?
Can you roll another D100? Sure, why not?
You're getting the use out of them today.
I know, usually they just get rolled for how hot someone is. That's a 33.
You are unable to find any spirits of... There are dead spirits here that are willing to talk to you, although none of them seem to be priests or otherwise religious experts. Do you ask them things anyway?
Yeah, I mean, I've expended this use, so I'll
Yeah.
turn to like the closest ghost and I'll ask, do you know what the candles going out means?
Well, it could be a sign that you have been heard. It could have been just a coincidence. I mean, it could be a lot of things. These gods don't tend to really act in direct ways, but also some say that these gods don't really act at all. They just, have their own business that they attend to, but they don't really interact as much with their patrons as much as some of the other gods do. Or at least that's what I've been told.
Mm-hmm. That's what I also know of them. Did you worship them in life?
No, I was I more worshipped Olandra, She had the right vibe.
She does have a very kind, mothering vibe. I can see why most people would go to her part of the temple. Do you have any unfinished business I could do for you?
Well, I really would like to know what actually killed me. I don't remember.
Oh boy. Now I regret asking the question. As I look at this ghost, are there any physical indications of what killed them?
What'd they say? What are they wanting?
You know that with most ghosts, they appear as they see themselves, which is not necessarily accurate to how they look, or how they looked in life. So, they look uninjured. You don't know. If you want to do this, but save some time, you can spend the rest of your day trying to help this ghost figure out how they died.
There's a fantasy Cinnabon down the street. Maybe it was like a stroke or like a heart attack from eating too much. Diabetes, fantasy diabetes.
I turn to Patches and I ask him, do you think Kitty and Jem need us today? Do you want to do ghost things with me? You haven't done ghost things with me in a while.
Yeah, let's do some ghost things. Just as long as we make it to the arena.
Oh, oh yes, we are seeing the last one. Okay, let's do this for a while. Then we'll drop by the inn and see if Kitty and Jem have come back. And then we'll walk over to the arena.
Sounds good to me.
And fade to black. Everyone
Wait,
eventually...
what was their name?
Were they hot?
This is a ghost I had made up on the spot and that I will not remember. I am not naming this ghost.
How'd they die?
His name is Jam.
If you were gonna cut to the fight, I want to do something real quick.
Yeah.
We can exposition it. We don't have to start an exposition. We can I could just say what I wanted to do.
Yeah, tell me what you want to do.
When Kitty and Jem went back to the inn and Miki and Patches were gone, Kitty would have been like, oh, great. I need to find a blacksmith and maybe a puppeteer.
Huh?
Yeah, that's right.
If you wanted to come with me.
Sure. I also need to find a flower shop, so...
So, I guess, yeah, we'll go shopping a little bit. I'm going to find a blacksmith and tell them what I requested from you, Nico. I can keep it hidden until it's done.
Yeah, I mean, you knew the blacksmith down in the cogs that was telling you that he would look into the sales.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to that blacksmith if you want.
Yeah, and I'll tell him what I want and then get a price estimate.
So tell me what you want. What you really want.
So
And I'll keep that hidden until it's done and ready.
Yeah.
Really, really, really.
Yeah, he gives you a price estimate and says that you can pay. That's gonna sync up so well.
I stopped singing. I don't know any more of the lyrics.
If you want to be my lover, you gotta get with me. That's a very topical. There's your choice for Jem's song, guys.
Everyone can go ahead and mark off the cast sings.
Badly.
But yeah, he tells you that you can pay. I, the DM, don't have a price for you, but he tells you the price and tells you that you can pay when he's done with it and you pick it up.
Sweet. And then I'm going to go find a puppeteer and give them my second request and see if they can do it.
I would say that you don't, off the top of your head, know a puppeteer.
Do I?
Just as a thought.
Or a costume maker.
I don't think you would quite frequent those as well. You can go ahead and roll a d20 for me and see if you can find one.
Can I give her advantage? Because I mean, I would know where a tailor is, right? Or a seamstress.
Yeah, a costumer, like, or you would know where tailors are, but like specifically like a costume specialist or a prop specialist
I know.
or a puppet specialist, you wouldn't necessarily know. Miki, you would, but you're not there.
Boo-hoo.
Hidden knowledge.
Miki and her circus connections.
Do I also roll, or does Kitty get advantage?
You can. Yeah, you can roll at advantage. Yeah.
Just a straight d20, nothing added.
Yeah.
15 was the higher one.
15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whichever I think would be cheaper. Because I don't have that much money anymore.
Pay the artist a living wage.
Listen, I don't have money.
She eats dirt for a living. Leave her alone.
A costumer would probably be cheaper, although the blacksmith is the more expensive of the two. So if you want, you can pay for the costume now, and then... Oh, but you wanted it to be special.
To be fair, it doesn't have to be like completely articulate. As long as it like moves a little bit, it's fine.
Hello?
Okay, how much are you willing to pay will determine how good of a result you get.
20 gold over both.
20 gold over both.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say if you pay 15 gold to the costumer, you're gonna get a pretty good result.
Okay.
And then for the blacksmith will do it for 10 gold pieces.
Okay, fine. I'll do it. Do they have an estimate on when it'll be done?
When you go to the blacksmith, he's like, would you rather I do this first or continue finding out about the sales?
Ooh.
He's a 5.
I would prefer this done first, but the group would probably want the sales.
He stares at you blankly. So should I do this first? Or the sales?
How long will it take you to do this if you got started on it right away?
At least 2 days. Maybe 2.5.
Do the sales first.
Okay. Sounds good.
Alright, and you said, so that was 25 total. I'll just remove it now so I don't forget.
Cool. And the costumer estimates that it will take 4 days.
Okay.
I hope you've got 4 days of content for us to get through, Nico.
Costumer's 9, though. I just wanted to go to a flower shop.
Sure,
Before we,
yeah.
like, right as we're heading to the arena.
Sure.
And I'm going to buy the biggest, gaudiest, most god-awful, embarrassing bouquet of roses they have.
Mhm.
And if they have an option for a card, I'm gonna write from your biggest fan, XOXO, with like lots of hearts and like arrows going through the hearts, and like just make it real sappy and gross.
Uh-huh.
And then in addition to that, I'm also going to buy a single flower, if possible.
Yeah.
Of one of the ones that looks the closest, because I know they probably don't have it because this is not Arenal, but one of the ones that is closest to what they had on Arenal the night that Karis confessed. And I'm going to ask for a piece of ribbon as well.
Mhm.
And write the line that I remembered the best of his serenade on the ribbon on one side, just like a single line. And
Mhm.
on the back, I'm just going to write in Elvish, "Find me."
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna cost you about we'll say 4 silver.
4 silver, okay. Okay, and that's it for me.
I'm gonna fast forward to you guys meeting up at the arena. Just for sake of
Brevity.
fast narrative. Yeah. So you guys get the I didn't mention this either, but Izzy tells you where the final day of this competition will be, because it was mentioned that it will be held somewhere else, and you guys all navigate to this new space and find that it is still in the district of the Fallen. However, it's in a different area that seems to be... You can easily tell you're approaching the right area, because there is what seems to be a couple of blocks that are bordered with a large, obviously magical, magenta, sparkly border.
Quick question, Nico. Do we meet up with Patches and Mickey before heading to the arena? Because otherwise they're not going to know where to go.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before.
Okay.
We're gonna retcon to where Izzy told everyone individually,
Cool. Okay,
and
got it.
everyone agreed to meet up at the correct time at the arena.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, no worries.
We've entered a magical clays.
Ooh, let's get our ears pierced.
Yeah, it's at Claire's. And there is an obvious break in the barrier as a lot of people are going in and out of that area. When you guys do see each other at the entrance, y'all get together but are shuffled in with the rest of the crowd. As you walk into this area, there seems to be... It's like a couple of city blocks that are ruined, and a lot of people seem to be going up to a specific building and finding their seats at the destroyed 3rd floor that is open to the air. There is no roof on this floor, but there are some makeshift benches set up. This is mostly... gives you a good view of most of this area that's magically fenced off. You are a little far from the ground, so not recommended to jump or anything.
Okay, noted.
Or toss your team member down out a window.
Yeah. And Patches, as soon as you show up to the main audience seating area, they seem to go a little feral as everyone begins chanting the Menthis Menace and how, it wasn't a fair fight.
Ooh.
And there's a lot of shouts as to demanding a rematch for the Menthis
Heck
Menace.
yes!
You see, there are a couple of people who even have clothes that say the Memphis Menace on it, that seemingly quickly made yesterday. The Emperor's Box has moved to an adjacent building that is a shorter building, but slightly more central to where the main audience is sitting. It's on the second story of a similarly destroyed building, and it is similarly curtained as it was before. If you all squint at it real hard, there is the same two couches that have been moved from the previous arena into this one.
I just want to stand up and get all the Memphis heads' attention, and
The Mentheads.
the Mentheads,
The Mentheads.
the Menthols, and just say, I'll thaumaturge my voice to be a little louder so that they can hear me over the murmur, and just say, "Thank you all for all your support. If I get a chance, I'd love to get that rematch in. But for now, let's all enjoy the show."
I'm gonna, underneath Patches, I'll hide behind the two shorties of the group, but I'd just go, "If you want a rematch, say I!"
Yeah. They quiet down to listen to you, Patches, but then after Gem shouts that, there's a resounding "aye" through the crowd that rings and is very easily heard, and some of the guards and staff are like, yeah, okay, we'll see what we can do.
Yay!
And they step off, and that seems to appease the crowd as some people come up to you, Patches, and tell you how it was such a great fight, and it really wasn't fair that other lady was cheating. They're just sure of it.
I say to everyone, "Nah, she won fair and square. It was a rough matchup. It wasn't the most honorable fight between you and me, but it was a good one."
There's a short line of people waiting to talk to Patches. I don't
That's
know if the rest
awesome.
of you guys wanna.
While all this is happening, I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna go get a bowl of. I'm gonna see if they have rat soup again, or if it's a new soup today.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, take my flowers with me, but I'm gonna slip out, and I'm gonna. Is there a table dedicated to oh, here's for fan gifts or anything like that, or do I have to hunt someone down to go deliver these?
It doesn't look like it, but you do know that there is the same soup vendor who is on the second story that has worse seats, but there are some people sitting there as well. And you can get a bowl of, it's not labeled or anything, but if you ask, it's pigeon stew.
No, I'm not interested in the soup, actually.
Okay.
I lied. As I do.
What?
No way. I'm trying to find a place to deliver the flowers to Lee.
Yeah.
The problem with that is Miki, 1, really wanted soup, and 2, wanted to ask you what was up with the flowers.
Oh.
So if you say, "Oh, I'm going for rat stew," Miki's like, "Oh, I'll come with you."
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, by all means, that's fine.
But also, what's up with the flowers?
Oh, I was thinking, so while all you guys except for Patches were sleeping last night, I was just kind of thinking man, I'd really love to get back at her, but at the one who handed me my ass on a silver platter, yeah. And I was like, I could jeer, or I could become her biggest fan, which would probably throw her for a bigger loop. So that's exactly what I'm doing.
Is everything you do calculated to cause the most psychological torture?
Usually. It was my job for a long time. It still kind of is my job.
Mm-hmm.
But also, yeah, it's just fun. And, we go back a ways. A wise. Because that accent just came out of nowhere.
Did you know her from your hometown?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of like in passing sort of deal. We met on the principalities. It's as with everything, it's a long story, but a little bit of bad blood between me and the family. So
Yeah, you looking around for a place to leave gifts for previous contestants, and if you ask around for it too, you think you're fairly certain that there is no point of contact between the contestants and
the fans,
the staff, or the audience, beyond who is here today. And if you ask for her, the staff tells you that she hasn't shown up today.
she's not here yet. When does the fight start? Are we like super early?
No, the fight is starting soon.
Uh,
There is a quick announcement as you hear, the fight will start momentarily, but first, we welcome this menace back. And the crowd goes fucking buck wild.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm just gonna. I'll hold on to the bouquet for now, but I'm gonna find the nearest like staff member, and I'm gonna hand them the single flower, and I'm gonna say, when the heir gets here, make sure they get this, and I'll pass them a gold with it.
They nod and keep an eye out for her.
Going back a little bit, as Jem and Miki were leaving, Kitty was organizing the line of people who wanted a meet and greet with the Mentheads Menace and is charging them for an autograph session.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Make sure they pay up, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kitty will have asked Patches how much he wants to charge for his autograph first.
Yeah, Patches, how much you charging for your autograph?
I mean, we can't go too high. We're just local legend right now. We'll go like a silver piece.
Oh, I think a silver's low though. They're like
5
betting, like,
silver.
Yeah,
Five
go for
sil-
5.
5 silver. Yeah, 5 silver for
Yeah.
an
Gems-
autograph with the Mentheads Menace.
Gem's ghost said it in my head. Gem's spirit body.
Yeah, you collect a total of 25 silver for
That's pretty good.
Patch's
That's pretty
autographs
good.
before he gets called to the stage.
And I do specify that the single flower is meant to go to Karis, not Lee, in
Yeah.
case that was like unclear.
Yeah. They don't know who you're talking about, but they're like, okay, fancy drow heir, you got it.
Or you could just hold it up, even, in the Emperor's box. I don't care. They'll know.
And when you say in the Emperor's box, the staff kind of looks confused, but nods.
I'll give them
You
a
pay them
second.
gold.
I'll give them a second gold.
Damn.
They're like, yeah, absolutely. Anything you want, boss.
Thanks.
The split, I'm giving Patches 15 silver and I'm taking 10.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fair. Great managerial skills.
Yeah.
So Jem only gave away 1 flower, right?
Yeah, because I still have the bouquet. Since Lee's not here yet.
Can I have one of the flowers?
Sure. There's like a bajillion.
Yeah. I try to pick the prettiest one, and then I'll like tuck it behind a horn.
Patches, you go there and you see a strange insectoid-like humanoid and the familiar tiefling woman who seems a little agitated as contestant number 12, who's supposed to be here, isn't yet. So, upon you being led to this room, she says, "Thank God we have another competitor." You two ready?
Well, ready for what? I haven't been briefed.
Oh, they'll tell you when you get out there. Just stay within the bounds.
What?
Right.
We
Right.
didn't get to cast any buffs on him. Fuck.
How
Oh,
far?
no.
How big is this arena?
It's fairly large. Like, it's at least, I want to say, 80 feet on one side,
Okay.
and probably a little longer in the other direction.
Okay. If it comes down to it, I'll go, give me your money and your bets and I'll go place them for you. I'm the fastest.
The goblin who was taking bets last time goes around the crowd and says that you can bet on number 6 or number 14 For now, you can bet on number 12, although 12 might be a no-show, so if 12 is a no-show, you're going to get your money back.
Oh, that's
But
nice.
you're not going to win anything.
Well,
5 on 14.
10 on 14. Out of some misplaced feeling of guilt.
I'll put 5 on 14.
Also, Kitty wants to buy some soup for Mickey with the new money she has from selling Patches' autograph.
Yeah. I forgot how much I made the soup, like 3 copper pieces, probably.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Probably.
Yeah, it's pigeon today.
Ooh, pigeon
It's-
stew. Okay.
To your liking, Kitty, it is significantly less spiced today.
Nice. 1 for me, 1 for Mickey. Jem, do you want one?
Heck yeah. Does it come in a bread
There we
bowl?
go.
It can.
Bread bowl it up.
Same price.
Delicious.
I'll just take off 1 silver.
While we're eating, Miki nudges Kitty and goes, "Hey,
Hi.
how are you feeling?"
Okay.
"Okay, that's good." And I'll like drop a kiss on her head because I don't know how emotions work.
Don't worry, if you smile a lot, it'll stop hurting after a while.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Oh, no, and she like, now Miki will put her bread bowl to one side and pick up Kitty and like sit her in her lap and hug her and be like, we're gonna have to have a talk later after Patches doesn't die.
Oh, hey, look, the fight's starting.
And with that, the contestants are announced. Patches, you see Lee run in there at the last minute. I fucking forgot that this was at a new place.
Legend.
As the tiefling woman is like, "All right, we're starting," and number 12, number 12 is announced, and she walks out into the center of the arena, somewhere between the new Emperor's box and the main audience seating. Number 6 is going out after, followed by the Memphis Menace by name and not number. Which the crowd seems to go wild for.
Before we go out,
Menace.
I want to nudge the tiefling woman and be like, "That was a kill a fireball."
This is like the MC, right?
Oh, you mean from last round?
Wasn't
It's a
that
different
number
tiefling.
6?
Oh, different tiefling?
No, she's the one who is telling you guys the instructions to begin
My
with.
bad, my
Yeah.
bad. Did Fireball Lady make it?
No.
No, Fireball
Oof.
Lady did not make it.
I tell her that in my mind.
Yeah.
Also, magical tinkering. The banner's up again.
Heck yeah.
You see that amongst the crowd, some people had brought their own Memphis Menace signs. Despite him not being listed as an official competitor yet. You guys are brought to before the similar referee-looking guard as a different guard brings out a figure who is blindfolded and has her hands bound behind her back. She is pushed to kneel in front of you as the second guard says, "First to kill and bring back this elf will win."
Now wait a damn minute.
Is she a redhead?
No. She is dressed in what was probably once nice looking clothes, but they are layered robes that have intricately woven patterns, but they are caked in dirt and torn in places. She has medium long brown hair that is currently a little bit wild and has bangs that are covering her face. They throw her wooden staff has swirled engravings and a carved flower on one end with a gray stone inset onto the floor beside her.
Can I get like a list of crimes or?
The guard says, "That's none of your concern," as he clamps a heavy-looking metal cuff onto her wrist that glows bright with a series of runes before returning to looking like a plain metal cuff. They cut the ropes on her wrists and pull off her blindfold, and she squints at the torchlight before taking in her surroundings. She eyes the guards, and then also you guys.
Do we recognize her or like her staff or anything?
Yeah, I would also like to...
None of this seems familiar to you. She is a young adult wood elf woman who...
She's a 6.
Yeah, hold on, let me... Do you roll with
You can't
advantage?
roll for a prison. That's so weird.
I got a 10.
I got an 8.
But she doesn't look familiar to any of you. Her eyes flicker to her staff as she, without turning her back to the guards, picks it up slowly. She says, quietly, staring up at the Emperor's box, "I will not go without a fight." From the Emperor's box, you hear a woman's voice. "That's the spirit." And another woman's voice. "You really don't stand a chance, you know that, right?" Followed by a separate voice laughing.
Do we recognize any of the voices?
Do I?
You do not recognize any of those voices.
I thought the first one would have been that lady from the party.
Nope. Different lady.
But I don't recognize them either?
Nope. She stands up, staff in hand, and backs up slowly, eyeing all of you nervously, before she disappears behind the nearest building fragment. And the guard who was originally there says, "You may begin." And I think that's what we're going to pick up next time.
Uh-oh. Now, as the court has just witnessed, that was episode 19 of the Passion Project known as Beholding Out for a Hero. Your Honor, more information about this project can be found on their Instagram page, Beholding Out for a Hero, all one word, the court will note, or their Twitter page, @Bofa Podcast. I will also state for the record that if the court enjoyed this episode, they are advised to like, rate, and or comment on it. This very testimony is possible due to the diligence of the Wizards of the Coast for creating the framework of Dungeons & Dragons 5e, as well as a Mr. Keith Baker for creating the world of Eberron. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I implore you to wait 2 weeks for further testimony regarding this case, as will be seen in episode 20. That is all, Your Honor. Anyway, Your Honor, thank you so much for the testimony. Oh my god, thanks. Okay, bye.